Hi guys, welcome back to our Express Pilates class for another week. My name is Chris Neeson. I'm an exercise physiologist and the owner here at Better Exercise Physiology. Now these classes are all about improving your core strength, improving your fitness, improving your posture with Pilates based exercises. If you want more videos, head to betterexercise.com.au, click on the resources section at the top of the page. Now in today's class we're going to be working on your back strength to help improve that whole abdominal core, so that whole core section. We're going to make a start lying on your back. Okay guys, we'll start on your back with your knees bent, arms out to the side, feet together, and just rolling your knees side to side. If you've seen any of the classes previously, you might have seen this exercise before. Just a really good way to start to warm up through the lower back, where I've got very minimal loading through our spine. Good to start this way and then build up the class as we go. Make it a little bit more challenging at each set. If you start too quick, you increase that risk of injury, particularly while the muscles and all the discs and ligaments are still cold. So this is a good way to get some warmth, start to get some fluid pumping in and out, start to get some blood flow moving around. And also just stretching the joint out very gently. If you do have a stiff back, you'll find this one feels really great to loosen up. We'll do a couple more side to side. Let the knees come all the way down each time. Good one to warm up if you've got some abdominal exercises that you like to go through in the morning. You might just do 10 of these either side. One more either side, dropping the knees out as far as they go, and then back to the middle, and we'll go out to the other side, and back to the middle. Have your feet about hip distance apart. Now we're going to go into some bridging. Also making sure your knees are hip distance apart, so that's all aligned, hips, knees and ankles. Arms will be down at the sides, keeping your back straight. We're just lifting your hips up towards the roof and then lowering back down. Lifting up, coming to that position. You can see here where your knees, your hips and your shoulders are all in line. We don't need to lift any higher than that. What we'll find, if you just overwork our back, if we push into that range, we'll just overwork through extension. I just want you to keep the back neutral, coming up into this position, and then lowering back down. Make sure your head and neck stay relaxed and we're not tensing them up to help compensate. I want you to think about gently pushing through your heels with this bridge, gently squeezing your glutes. And again, we're just going to build up with each exercise in terms of the loading through your back, and it's a nice way to progress it safely through the session. So this exercise is predominantly a glute exercise, and we start to get a little bit more back involvement, and then we'll add to that on the next one. Think about keeping the shoulders back. Once again, head and neck relaxed, neck long. Now I didn't mention at the start, but if you do have a sore back at the moment, it feels a bit twitchy or uncomfortable, I'd always start building up your abdominal strength first. Back exercises are best when done after you've got strong abdominal muscles. If you don't, if your abs are weak, particularly your deeper abdominals, your transverse abdominals, your pelvic floor, which also helps support, if they're weak and not working, your back is already doing so much extra work than what it should be. It's already going to be really tight, really sensitive, and overactive, so it's meaning it's doing more work throughout the day than what it should. Once you build up your abdominal muscles, you create that balance forwards and back, then you can start going into these back exercises. It might take 6 to 8 weeks to get to a good base level of strength through your abdominals. Then I would recommend going through the back exercises. Some of these easier ones, like this bridging and the next one we're going to go through, they're going to be okay during the early stages, but some of the harder ones we're doing later on, we want to leave them for later in your progress. That being said, back exercises are essential to create that strong core, so don't leave them out of your program for fear of making your injury worse. Just build up your abdominal strength first. On this next one, I want you to lift the hips up and hold. We're just bringing them down an inch and then back up. Down an inch and then back up. Doing those small pulses, squeezing your glutes at the top each time. Going to go for 10 more. 1, squeeze your glutes, and just slow and controlled at this stage. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right up, 10, and lower back down. Before we go on to the next one, just hugging your knees into your chest.
Just do some small circles with the knees side to side. That'll release your glutes, that'll release the back and the hamstrings. A lot of those muscles just relax. And we'll continue up on your hands and knees. So flipping over on the mat, on your hands and knees, we want to line up with our shoulders above our hands and our hips above our knees. So we're in this sort of square position. Making sure your back is flat at the top. Keeping that neutral spine. We're just going to start with one leg, stretching away, reaching out, and then bringing it back down. We're doing the same on the other side. Making sure we haven't lost this neutral spine. So that straight part through your lower back, that stays still. What a lot of people do is arch down and sink down as that leg goes away. To help with that, I want you to think about drawing up through your abdominals. So lifting your belly button up towards the spine as that leg stretches away. That's going to help engage your deeper abdominals and give your pelvis a bit more support. That way your back muscles can work strongly without losing proper position, proper alignment. Now if you want to make this a bit more challenging, let's stretch out your opposite arm as well. And then back down. And the same on the other side. Really trying to avoid any movement at the pelvis. Trying to keep that control around your hips and around your lower back. So again, we're just building up that intensity with each back exercise. We'll get a little bit more challenging again after this. We've got 30 seconds to go in this one. Just want you to keep breathing continuously. Inhale as the hand and knee come down, and then exhale as it stretches away. Inhale on the way down, exhale as it stretches away. Just another 15 seconds. You should be able to feel your back muscles working along with your shoulders and your glutes. We're at 10 now. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hand and knee down, lying face down on the mat. We're doing a similar exercise now. Arms and legs extended. I want you lying face down, forehead on the mat, reaching your fingertips away, reaching your toes away. And we're going to be lifting our hand and opposite leg up off the mat, then lowering back down. And we're doing the same on the other side. So just lifting one side and the other, similar to that last exercise. A little bit harder work through your lower back, a little bit harder work through those core muscles. Keep your neck relaxed, keep the forehead sinking into the mat. As you lift the legs, I want you to think about squeezing your glute. As you lift the arm, think about pulling your shoulder blade back. So it's just a small lift, as high as you can. It might be 2 or 3 inches. You might only have the strength just to take the weight of the arm and leg off the ground. That's fine too, just as high as you can. With your breathing this time, same again. We're going to exhale as we lift, inhale as we go back down. Exhale as you lift, inhale on the way back down. Start going a little bit quicker now. Just up and down a little bit quicker. Still with that same control, still with controlled breathing. Making sure you're not rotating side to side at all. We've got a really strong core. You'll feel your back muscle working as we start to go a little bit longer. We've got 30 seconds. Keep that tempo up now. Keep your breathing going, 20 seconds. Head and neck is still relaxed. Think about drawing your belly button up towards the spine. Your abdominals are supporting your back in this position. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and resting the arms and legs. We've got a couple more exercises. We're going to finish off in a standing position. So the last exercise we're going to go through is called Good Mornings. What I want you to do is start with your feet about hip distance apart in this standing position. Hands on the back of the head, elbows out wide. We're keeping our back straight, just hinging at your hips to lean forwards and then working the body back up. As you lean forwards, have a small bend in your knee. Not bending all the way, just softening the knee slightly as you come forwards and then straighten back up. Keep your chest up. Keep your eyes up as you lower down. What you'll want to have is a straight neutral spine on the way down. So we're not rounding here, we're not slumping the lower back, we're keeping that straight. Think about sticking your hips back, keeping the chest up. as well as working your back muscles, you also work your hamstrings and also your glutes. Should be able to feel your bum and your hamstrings working together. Once again, chest up, eyes up, hips go back. Try and keep your shoulder blades back. Think about pinching your shoulder blades back in together, pulling your elbows back. Going to do a few more here to finish off. So it's a really nice way to move these back exercises that we were doing on the mat up into a standing position. A lot more functional when we're standing, because that's what we're doing during the day. We're standing, we're going up and down stairs, we're always on our feet. So wherever possible, it's good to take those mat exercises up into a functional position. Got a couple more. Keep the knees just slightly bent. As you lower down, I want you to think about going to the point just as your hamstrings start to stretch. So as you feel that stretch through the hamstrings, stop there and then come back up. If we keep going any further, we'll go to that point where our back starts to round. In this exercise, I want you to focus on keeping your back straight. I've got another 5 of these. Let's go. That's 1. Get the chest up, shoulders back, elbows out. 2. 3, small bend in the knees still, keeping your back straight. 4, and last one, 5, bringing the back up. Well done. One last stretch to finish off, doing a forward bend. Take a deep breath in, reach up towards the roof, roll the spine down, hang in that forward position, chin tucked over, back rounded for this one, knees are locked out, and just hanging the arms forwards, holding this position, deep breathing to finish off. Inhale through the nose. As you exhale, sink down a little bit lower, trying to flex the back, trying to lengthen through the shoulders and fingertips. Getting that stretch through the back, the hamstrings, all the way down to the ankle. Just 10 more seconds. Focusing on your breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And soften your knees. Roll the spine back up, stacking it back up long. Well done. We are done for another week. Like I mentioned before, I've got heaps more videos over at the website www.betterexercise.com.au. Check out the resources section at the top and you'll find it under our Express Pilates classes. Have a great week. As always, if you've got any feedback or would like to give us any information or suggest exercise for our following classes, let us know. See you later.